Prayer for peace. In the words of the great Israeli poet and activist Yehuda Amichai. May I rest in peace. I, who am still living, say, may I have peace in the rest of my life. I want peace right now while I'm still alive. I don't want to wait like that pious man who wished for one leg of the golden chair of paradise. I want a four-legged chair right here, a plain wooden chair. I want the rest of my peace now. I have lived out my life in wars of every kind. Battles without and within, close combat face to face, the face is always my own, my lover face, my enemy face. Wars with the old weapons, sticks and stones, blunt axe, words, dull ripping knife, love and hate. And wars with newfangled weapons, machine gun, missile, words, land mines exploding, love and hate. I don't want to fulfill my parents' prophecy that life is war. I want peace with all my body and all my soul. Rest me in peace. Ani rotzeh shalom b'chol gufi u'v'chol nafshi. Alai hashalom. Most sermons, I've come to realize, are prayers written in prose. They draw from that tender meeting place where hearts go to ache together, where hearts go to hope together. They dare to believe that what isn't yet true might someday be. But prayers are fragile, perpetually at risk of being deflated, denied, or deferred by powers both external and internal. Oftentimes, before they ever have a chance to change our world, we reroute our prayers into the inhospitable landscape of our own minds, where skepticism and cynicism roam freely. Before a prayer can ever take root in the depths of our being, we wash the seed away with a flood of doubt. How many prayers we never gave the chance to grow. This morning, I want to ask you to do something hard. This sermon isn't going to present an argument or try to convince you of something. I'm not going to weave sources together to reveal pearls of wisdom in our tradition. This morning, I want to ask you to let your mind be a student of your heart, to listen with your heart, to make room for a prayer. Our God and God of our ancestors, our God and God of our descendants, grant us peace. V'yasem lecha shalom. How hard it is to dream of peace. When reality is drawn from the headlines of today, it can feel impossible or worse, naive. There is no denial here of catastrophe. No pretending that the suffering of our family, our Jewish siblings, and our Muslim cousins isn't too much to bear. But to stop dreaming is to abandon those living in a nightmare. To stop dreaming of peace is to accept the inevitability of war. Hold fast to dreams, Langston Hughes once wrote. For if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. And so we try again, opening our hearts a little wider. Take a breath. Listen once more to Amichai. We don't want to fulfill our parents' prophecy that life is war. I want peace with all my body and all my soul. Rest us in peace. May we have peace for the rest of our lives. Our God and God of our ancestors, our God and God of our descendants, grant us peace. V'yasem lecha shalom. Sometimes it feels like we've forgotten the way to peace. After too many wrong turns on the trail, we're too disoriented to find that once familiar destination. Retrace your steps, they say. The way back is the only way forward. Find the last familiar path with its recognizable signs and go from there. There's nothing more encouraging than a pile of stones intentionally arranged on a hiking trail. A silent communication from one hiker to the next from past journeys, marking the spot, signaling this way, not that way, signaling you're not lost. Keep going. Will you help me arrange a pile of stones, leading us all back to the dream of peace? You see, every stone is a marker, a blessing for peace made more visible with each deposit. Every stone is a vision of what's possible, of a path we ought to take. Let's arrange a pile of stones. I don't want to put another stone on a grave, if instead I could put a stone on a trail back to peace. Here's my stone. I suspect you have one too. My stone weighs as much as my children as I rock them to sleep at night. I watch their eyes grow heavy, their soft bodies in my arms, to know that they feel safe, slipping into sleep. Safe to wake up in the morning, still tucked in under their covers. There is no need and no blessing greater than this. To hold this stone teaches me that there isn't a parent in this world who doesn't deserve to put their children to sleep in safety. No foundation of peace can be built without this stone, and the weight of the world depends on it. My stone is gold, like the dome in Jerusalem, white like the tired limestone wall beneath it, both collecting prayers of broken peoples. My stone remembers that this place is holy to both Jew and Muslim and will remain so only when we treat each other with the same reverence as we treat these stones. These stones can't be sacred when they're too busy being scared. My stone used to be jagged, sharp-edged, and ready to pierce. Theirs was too. That's how we thought we could protect ourselves, but we were wrong. And now they're smooth, worn down by tears. How many tears it takes to weather a stone to softness. Don't look away. The stone can remind us how much we've lost, pleading with us to likewise be soft. Our stones, this marker, pointing us in the direction of peace, they've been spurned again and again by too many generations, by corrupt leaders and weaponized religion, by terrorists and extremists, by greed and hatred, by Jew and Muslim, by Israeli and Palestinian, by the refusal to see in one another the divine image. But remember, a stone once rejected can become the cornerstone of something new. Even ma'asu habonim haita lerosh pina. It's going to take all of our stones, all of our prayers, every ounce of our energy must advance a vision of peace. There is no other way to rebuild a society in ruins. Our God and God of our ancestors, our God and God of our descendants, grant us peace. V'yasem lecha shalom.